I gotta pull it up on my phone.
Then
here.
it'll look like we have so many viewers.
I want to see the chat. I want to see.
Padding the numbers. There's never any chat going on. We're losers.
I don't know.
Nobody likes us.
Nobody likes this, right?
There's a smiley face in our chat.
See?
Oh, there is. Hey.
I'm not even logged in. Like, I don't even have a Twitch login. I keep forgetting. Every time I'm like, oh, I gotta get a login, and then I can chat. No, can't remember to do it.
Alright, let me pull up the chat on my phone here. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I had a question about... Are we streaming?
Yeah, we're streaming, but we haven't
okay, we're
officially
not.
started the show yet. I'm waiting for you to say something hilarious, and then I'll just go into...
Oh, well, this isn't hilarious. This is a genuine question that's really stupid, and I don't want it to go into the show. It's a real question. I wanted to know, when you were talking about the European server and not being able to transfer, like, DLCs and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you hearing?
Yeah.
You had a zoned out look, sorry.
I'm sorry, I saw there was a bunch of people gathered around us in-game.
Yeah.
There is.
There are a lot of people doing things. Anyway, I lost it. Oh, I'm wondering, with your character and all the stuff that you have, your mounts, your pets, all that stuff currently, when you switch between servers, are you able to move all that, like, it goes back and forth with your character and your bags,
No.
your inventory and stuff anyway?
Yes. No.
That's my main question, because that should make a big difference
no,
with
your
whether the
cr-
DLC
your-
gets moved over or not.
Your crowns are transferable.
No, I'm talking about currently. If I go to play on the European server, can I use my current character with all my inventory?
Oh, no, I don't think
Oh,
so,
well
no.
then why would
No.
they let you transfer the DLC? Like, they already don't let you even use your own character, right? I guess that's what I'm asking. It's a. I think to
That's
me
correct.
That makes
You have to create an entirely new set of characters.
yeah,
you have
but-
another, like, 8 whatever characters.
I don't know, I just always viewed
So it's like a different game.
I've always viewed DLCs as like mini versions of the game, and like if you're not selling 2 separate copies for the servers of the game, then you shouldn't have 2 different copies of the DLC.
Well, I guess it's almost more of a courtesy that they let you play in 2 separate servers in 2 separate mega servers, because like the console players aren't going to be able to do that anyway. I guess that's what kind of changed my mind about it. I thought you could move your character, and I'm like, well, if you can move your character, I want to be able to play the same content.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the other thing that got mentioned, I think, in the Road Ahead whatever stuff is about the console transfer. That got cleared up too, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I should have just Googled it, because I was thinking about it and then I forgot. I'm sorry.
I'm just laughing at the
This
chat.
guy's dancing.
I know, who are all these people?
He's like, ladies, hello. He's walking away.
Okay, welcome to Do's and Tamriel, episode 6. We are here in Stone Falls with, I am Scarydrew, and I have with me Scarydoo.
Hello.
And we have a special guest today, Ray.
Hello.
And how are you all doing?
I'm good.
I'm dancing for the ladies.
Yeah, I better
that.
start dancing.
I'm dancing for Ray. What's up, Ray?
Thank you so much.
So tonight we're gonna go through. Well, I had originally planned to go through a quest line where we rescue some racists, but I realized that I'd like to some point during the show and maybe during every show do a reading of a lore book that I find in game, and. I realized that we haven't done the guild quests yet, so I can't exactly utilize those lore books. I think you can still find them, but then it's a waste. You don't get the mage guild points for it. So I decided instead we're gonna go do the guild quests. And
For the others of us involved, we didn't know this, I don't think.
No,
I was gonna say it earlier and I just spaced out. I started to say it and then I forgot to finish. So that's my bad.
This is the thing we're doing.
So, Mage Quest?
Yes, so we're gonna go into the mage guild here, and you're way behind us.
Way to go.
Of course I am.
And so.
And I don't have a horse, so I can't do anything about it.
You didn't.
I have to run really fast.
That's awesome.
Or wait, no, that's Imperial Edition. You don't have the Imperial Edition?
No, of course not.
Well, that's one nice thing about the Crown Store when it comes out is you'll be able to get it with crowns if you want to.
Yes, and it'll be a lot
wanted that
easier
one
to
more.
do, too.
Yeah, since you're already paying the $15 a month. Okay, so, Ray, you are the guild leader of ESOTR Stendar.
Stendar, uh-huh.
And that is the Daggerfall Covenant Guild, correct?
It is Daggerfall Covenant Guild, and I am using an Ebonheart Pack character.
Yes.
So you know how this goes. But because ESOTR has multiple guilds, one for each faction. So I'm cross faction right now.
I can say that I have never played a Daggerfall. I take that back. I played an Old Mary Dominion character once, and it was in the beta because it was before they had unlocked any race in any alliance, and I wanted to play a Bosmer. And so that was for one brief moment in the beta I played in the AD, but other than that, Blood for the Pact.
Yeah, I really love the Ebonheart Pack storyline, so I have done it a couple of different times. But this character's brand new. I decided I wanted to make a Dragon Knight staff user, and I wanted to be. I always do. Like you guys have some awesome names. I always do lore-friendly names, and so nobody knows who the heck I am.
See, I thought it was lore. I didn't. Well, I guess I didn't think it was lore-friendly. I just thought it sounded like fantasy-esque to do Scarydrew long shot.
No, it is. Yeah.
Just trying to make it because I have to have Scarydrew in my name, and then
Yes.
I didn't realize at the time how useless the character names are. And anyways, it's mostly about your account handle. So
It is.
I'm ready to
But
join
on the other
Mages
hand,
Guild.
people know, they'll recognize your character if you're running around doing stuff, and that's kind of cool because, otherwise, and when you're in dungeons too, that's the other thing. Like, I'll even know the people I'm with, and then I'm like, who are you? I don't know what your character name is. There's no way to tell that that you're, the person that you're trying to talk to is the one you want to talk to.
Did you guys talk to this chick here and get the Mage's Quest?
Nope.
Yeah, no, I that's how I play. I just follow him around and kind of try to figure out what he's doing. So you're gonna have to direct us here.
Yeah, well, while you're getting through that dialogue, I'm gonna go do the next part of this here. There's actually a lot of quests down here. Are these all Mage Guild quests? I thought there was only one quest line for the Mages Guild.
There is, but there's I think there's some crafting writ stuff that you have to start in the Mages Guild. I'm not sure about that, but
Yeah, but I need to go talk to
yes,
Velast. Here
that's
she
such a
is.
Well met,
Well met, Adept.
I believe I may have a task for you.
Alright, we're gonna go do a task for her. So, Ray, where did you get started in the Elder Scrolls series?
I got started with Skyrim. My son, bought Skyrim, and I, watched him a couple of times, and he's like, "Well, you should make a character," and so I did, and oh my god, I was completely hooked. I loved it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people started with Skyrim. I think I talked in episode of ESORP about that. I started kind of in Oblivion. I dabbled with it a little bit. My first time I played Morrowind, and I only played it for like 10 minutes before I was just completely overwhelmed and didn't know what I was doing and was very, very lost.
Yeah.
And then I picked up Oblivion, and I loved it. I stopped playing it for no other reason than no reason, really. I just never stopped or started playing it again. It's not that I didn't like it or anything, but then when I played Skyrim, I played that for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah. Well, I have a confession to make, actually, because... Okay, well, this is not really a confession, but you know what I mean. Skyrim was, excuse me, the first video game I've ever played all the way through in my life. So I am a completely new gamer, not just new to the Elder Scrolls.
Why does everyone always pretend that they're the newest when it makes me feel so bad about myself? Just kidding. You're more experienced. That's good.
Well, you had at least played video games back with Icewind Dale and things like that, right?
No, I played a video game with Icewind
A video
Dale.
game. But you played Myst as well, too.
I tried Myst.
Okay, you tried Myst.
The intelligence
didn't get past that lever at the
to
beginning.
be an alchemy group from within House
But I'm
Tyrone.
trying.
I didn't realize there was part of this. See, this is why I like doing this, reading the dialogue. I didn't realize there was part of the dialogue that tells you to go
They
get
could be
the lore
anything
books.
from ancient recipes
Yes.
Like, I always just thought that was just like a feature in the game. Like, oh, neat,
You're
you
just
get to
like,
go
oh,
find the
somebody
lore
told me
book.
to do it, so I'm going to do it, yeah.
Okay, so that's done. I still see a bunch of other quests here, though, but I don't think they're all inside here, are they? I see this one
Let's
over
see,
here.
this guy, let me see what he says.
Because I think I got the Mages Guild quest, yeah. Long Lost Lore.
Oh,
Into
no,
the
this is
Ruins.
something else, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and stick with this for now. And then we'll go to the Inner Sea Armature is where we need to go. Did you all talk to Velast down there?
Yes, I did.
Alright, let's roll. So today, the Elder Scrolls Online posted the next road ahead, and you can tell I'm thrilled about it.
That's how you always say.
Sigh.
Well, you know what's funny is I was just yesterday I was thinking about what the hell we're going to talk about on this episode because I'm never prepared for the show. And
Ray's like, yay!
I was going to mount, but you don't have a horse, so we'll just stay on foot. That's fine.
No, I'll just chase after you like I do all the time with my other friends that I play with.
So yesterday I was thinking, I was like, oh, you know what we could talk about? You know, with all this talk about, you know, update 1.6 and the justice system and the champion system and blah, blah, blah. You know, I wonder what's going to be coming after that, because we haven't really heard anything. Is it going to be Imperial City finally? Is it going to be Orsamar? Is it going to be... I forget what that other adventure zone was with the Naga-looking things.
Well, there's also, I think, Rothgar, which is the
isn't
single-player quest.
I thought Rothgar. I think Rothgar is Orsinium. They just changed the name to Rothgar.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, there you go.
I
So you learn
might
something new every
be
day.
ridiculously mistaken on that. But, so I was sitting there thinking, oh, that's awesome. We can speculate. Are they going to do, you know, the Imperial City next, or you know, and one of my big questions is how long is it going to take for them to do that? Because as it seems like they're planning to release 1.6 and then do nothing until the console release.
Yeah, there was no mention of anything.
Mhm.
And in fact, I thought it was pretty funny. They were like, the road ahead, and I'm like, well, didn't we talk about this already?
Yeah, they didn't mention anything that's ahead. Usually with the road ahead, they have the next update in the PTS, and then they start talking about what's coming after that update, and they just did not do that this time. And I guess I understand it in some regard that there's so much, you know, with the 1.6 and the Tamriel Unlimited and the console release that there's, you know, plenty of questions to be answered and things like that, but I really expected them to say, hey, you know, after 1.6 comes out, here's some things to look forward to, and they just, you didn't get any of that.
No, it was
well,
more clarification of stuff they've already talked about, which, you know, that's important, but...
Yeah, the one thing I did see that was something I don't think they've mentioned before was the loyalty reward for the 9 months, and I'm very excited about it.
I'm excited too, although I didn't even know if they were going to continue to do that. So I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, I think they had said in ESO Live that they were going to finish out the loyalty rewards, but once it goes to Tamriel Unlimited, that's when it's ending. But they hadn't released the last of them yet. And did you see the costume that they're giving out for the loyalty?
Yes.
I love it.
I
It
like
was Shio-Gorath costume.
Did you just ask me a yes/no question?
What was it? No, I was just gonna say it's a Shio-Gorath costume, and I was gonna ask what your thoughts were on it.
My thoughts on the entire update were that all they're telling you is that they're going to crush your dreams and offer you a big cat if you've subscribed long enough.
Nice.
But no, I did. I love the Shio-Gorath costume, and I like that they put that right at the forefront of the article. Like, guys, like what we have in a big cat, and then
Oh, they are really good at that stuff. They are really good. Even when they were announcing all this stuff, and you know, people were all ready to get upset. They're like, "But look over here, shiny," you know, and it works because everybody's like, "Oh my God, look at that beautiful scenery," blah blah blah, and then it's like, "Oh yeah, actually, this is exactly what I didn't want Buy to play," you know.
Oh, and you know what? I was going to talk about this in the pre-show thing, that they were very vague, and they acted like, oh, this is no big deal. Here's our philosophy for the Crown Store, is that it's only going to be cosmetic or convenience items. And I'm like, wow, convenience items? That's a pretty generalized term. So
yes. What does that mean?
Because based on the definition of a convenience item, you could buy all of the best gear in the game because it's a time saver. It's just convenience, so you don't have to waste all your time in the trials. I mean, that technically is still classified as convenience items, and that's like the one thing that everybody was dreading with this Crown Store. And I get the impression, in fact, they admitted finally that they're actually going to offer XP boost potions.
Experience boost potions. I know. I was surprised.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are against that.
They really casually slipped it in there too. Like, guys, look, this totally goes along with this vague thing we told you, and it's not what you were worried about at all. It's just like this one little sentence in there that's a pretty major change.
Yeah, I don't like that, because that basically is a politician answer to leave it wide open for them to do whatever they want with that Crown Store. I mean, what would be what else could you have that doesn't classify as either a convenience item or a cosmetic item. That's pretty much anything you would ever want to put in the Crown Store, I would think. And I have a bad feeling that they're setting it up for months down the road to put in some things that are going to piss a lot of people off.
Well, I hope not. Although, reading, the stuff on the forums, nobody even mentioned that, really. I mean, I think maybe one person mentioned the experience boost. Everybody was mostly upset about the fact that they might not get their Senshei Tiger, or because they hadn't been subscribed.
It's true.
Well, that's another thing. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, which is exactly what Ray was just saying about the shiny. Like people see the shinies, and if they're not getting them, then they're still irritated by it.
I mean, you know what? I mean, if you've been with this game since day one, you deserve a reward. And if you've taken a break, and you've given up on the game for a time or whatever, I get it. But it was almost like they tried to make it seem like, oh no, we're being lenient and relaxed if you skip some subscription time, and it's like, well, you basically could only have skipped 1 month of subscription in order to still get the Tiger. I mean, maybe a little bit longer. I think there's like a 40-day window of unsubscription.
But to be honest with you, I don't have a problem with it being a loyalty reward. I mean, that's fine. There will be. The problem is that there has to be a cutoff somewhere if they're going to give a loyalty reward, and so, yeah.
Someone's not going to like it.
Someone's not going to like it. It's going to be that way. So, if they're going to do that, that's the only way to do it.
And I think it would be no different than, say, which I can imagine, the Shio-Gorath costume is going to be widely popular. Everybody's going to want that. And it'd be no different than someone saying, well, crap, I'm only going to be subscribed for 8 months when they give that out, so I won't get that, and you can be irritated about that. Well, you know what, too bad. You should have been loyal to the game. That's why it's called a loyalty reward.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, how many people are still pressed that they didn't get the Imperial Horse? Like, I see that crop up every now and then, like, why did I have to pay this extra thing to get this horse in advance? And there are such a multitude of ways to even get it now, and it doesn't even matter.
Well, you know what, and I was thinking about this earlier. That's another issue with the Crown Store. It makes the Imperial Horse worthless, because now you don't need to spend 1 gold to get a mount. You can just spend a few 100 crowns and you'll get your mount.
On the other hand, you can spend those crowns on something else.
Well, that's true. I mean, you can still have the 1 gold save you crowns, but it does kind of lessen the value of the Imperial Horse.
Well, hasn't it effectively lessened the value of all mounts, which was partly the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... because I don't know why you would... do you know what they're going to do with the mounts that cost like 50,000 gold? Are those still going to be there? Because why would you ever... the only reason to buy them before was because they had better base stats, but now I don't think that applies anymore, so...
And the stats are going to be done completely differently anyway.
Did you guys get all these lore books in here?
I did.
No, I'm sorry. I was over there fighting with some other dude for fun. I'm sorry.
This should be the last one here.
I think so.
And I think there's a lore book right here. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and read this real quick.
Oh, there you go.
Ancient Scrolls of the Dwemer 1A. Everybody loves the Dwemer, so this is actually a good one.
Look out.
Cool, I pissed a thing off, sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Okay,
I did not mean to chase me.
Again.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to uselessly stand here and read this while you fight things. So this is the Ancient Scrolls of the Dwemer IA. I'm assuming that's a Roman numeral 1A. The Ransom of Zarek Part 1 by Marobar Soul. And I'm getting attacked, so that just got rid of my...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's okay.
To be fair, you knew I pissed it off before you began reading, and then you went ahead with it anyway.
Oh, crap, and you know what? The book's gone now, so I'm going to have to find it, and I'm about to die, too.
Oh, God.
Go to a safe spot. Go to a safe spot.
Well, I blew it again,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah, I'll, you know what, let me get some health back, and, I'll find a safe spot before I start reading that again. Let's get out of here. There's a Sky Shard over here. Sky Shard!
Sky Shard!
Sky Shard. Woo!
Oh, crap, there's enemies.
That's what I said. And you can read your lore book.
These little Dwemer constructs are everywhere.
Yeah, and they are just coming out of the woodwork.
Ooh,
like they do.
Skill point. Ooh, a piece of skill point.
Oh yeah, me too. I don't even...
Oh, I think we're getting... No, we're not.
Are we?
Okay. Alright, well,
Nobody
let's get out of here first.
anything.
So, okay, so that's, that was part of the road ahead. What else did they mention in there? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Let's
Oh, they
see.
talked about the console release.
console release, yeah.
And they showed a screenshot, which I think they've shown before, of the controller.
Yes.
Which, not just the controller. Actually, more specifically, they had said that, and they've talked about this before too. And I get it and I like it. I guess I haven't. I'm not a console person. I don't.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't play on a console. I don't own a console. But I did like that they said that the reason it took so long was because they didn't just want to port this game with some minor changes for the console. They completely redid the game so that it looks like there was never a PC version. They specifically built the game for that console. And
the UI looks completely different.
Yeah, and it sounded like they almost did two separate versions, like one for the Xbox and one for the PlayStation, because the way they worded it said that it would be specific to your console.
I have a feeling they had to. And
Probably.
there were a lot of problems I know with them doing the DLC for Skyrim and stuff like that. And I think that they, not that it's the same, but they, given that experience, they probably realized they had to do that. And again, I don't know, and I don't have any of the new consoles yet. We're planning on potentially getting a PS4, but I don't know. I don't know that I will play this game on it though.
Consoles, it piss me off because the reason I hate them so much, I'm not just.
You do it again.
I'm not just a supporter of the PC. I am anti-console because they stunt the growth of the PC industry, because so many games are held back because they're going to be released on consoles as well. And it's like you could get a better game on PC if they weren't also making it for the console, which it sounds like that's not the case for Elder Scrolls because they've developed them all separately, but most games
I'm laughing because I keep when I hit something, it's always like a spider.
We're gonna go
a tiny one or something. There's lore books around here. That's why I was.
Yeah, we're gonna go get this lore book and then kill this crab.
Did you die falling down there?
No, I didn't. You can jump down. It's safe.
Okay, it doesn't look safe.
Oh,
I don't think it's
Ray,
safe.
are you safe over there? I saw you attacking something. Okay.
I'm just killing stuff. That's what I do.
Well, come kill this world boss over here.
Oh god, this is pretty high.
Protect me because this might kill me.
Okay. Oh my god, that might kill you. Yes.
Yeah, if you try to fight on your own, it might.
Okay, yeah, that crab is knocked over, which is good. I need to get my scales out. There we go. Okay, so after we do this,
I got way too close to that crab.
I'm gonna read that Dwemer scroll because I figured out how to pull that up in my menu. Shellcracker, I like that name. Although it seems kind of self-defeating that a crab is named Shellcracker. Like you're the one with the shell. That seems like an self-ominous name.
It kills other crabs.
All right, so let me read this Dwemer scroll here. The Ransom of Zarek Part 1 by Marobar Soul. This is gonna be awful. Talamil stood in her garden and read the letter her servant had brought her. The bouquet of roses in her hand fell to the ground. For a moment, it was as if all birds had ceased to sing and a cloud had passed over the sky. Her carefully cultivated haven seemed to flood over with darkness. "We have thy son," it read. "We will be in touch with thee shortly with our ransom demands." Zarek had never made it as far as Argon, after all. Akgun? I can't. It's handwriting, so it's not just hard to pronounce words, it's hard to read. One of the brigands on the road, orcs probably, or accursed Dunmer, must have seen his well-appointed carriage and taken him hostage. Talamil clutched at a post for support, wondering if her boy had been hurt. He was but a student, not the sort to fight against well-armed men, but had they beaten him, it was more than a mother's heart could bear. "Don't tell me they sent the ransom note so quickly," called a familiar voice, and a familiar face appeared through the hedge. It was Zarek. Talamil hurried, I think that's Jalamil, I can't tell if it's a J or T, hurried to embrace her boy, tears running down her face. "What happened?" she cried. "I thought thou hadst been kidnapped." "I was," said Zarek. "3 huge soaring Nords attacked my carriage on the Fremvorn Pass. Brothers, as I learned, named Matthias, Olin, and Korg. Thou shouldst have seen these men, mother. Each one of them would have had trouble fitting through the front door, I can tell thee." "What happened?" Jalamil repeated. "Wert thou rescued?" "I thought about waiting for that, but I knew they'd send off a ransom note, and I know how thou dost worry, so I remembered what my mentor at Akgun always said about remaining calm, observing thy surroundings, and looking for thy opponent's weakness." Zarek grinned. "It took a while, though, because these fellows were truly monsters. And then when I listened to them bragging to one another, I realized that vanity was their weakness. What didst thou do?" They had me chained at their camp in the woods not far from Kale on a high knoll overlooking a wide river. I heard one of them, Korg, telling the others that it would take the better part of an hour to swim across the river and back. They were nodding in agreement when I spoke up. I could swim that river and back in 30 minutes, I said. Impossible, said Korg. I can swim faster than a little whelp like thee. So it was agreed that we would dive off the cliff, swim to the center island, and return. As we went to our respective rocks, Korg took it upon himself to lecture me about all the fine points of swimming, the importance of synchronized movements of the arms and legs for maximum speed, and how essential it was to breathe after only the third or fourth stroke, not too often to slow thyself down, but not too little to lose one's air. I nodded and agreed to all his fine points, then we dove off the cliffs. I made it to the island and back in a little over an hour, but Korg never returned. He had dashed his brains at the rocks at the base of the cliff. I had noticed the telltale signs of underwater rocks and had taken the diving rock on the right. But thou returned? Asked Jalamil, astounded. Was that not when thou escaped? It was too risky to escape then, said Zarek. They could have easily caught me again, and I wasn't keen to be blamed for Korg's disappearance. I said I did not know what happened to him, and after some searching, they decided he had forgotten about the race and had swum ashore to hunt for food. They could not see how I could have had anything to do with his disappearance, as fully visible as I was throughout my swim. The two brothers began making camp along the rocky cliff edge, picking an ideal location so that I would not be able to escape. One of the brothers, Matthias, began commenting on the quality of the soil and the gradual incline of the rock that circled around the bay below. It was ideal, he said, for a foot race. I expressed my ignorance of the sport, and he was keen to give me details of the proper technique for running a race. He made absurd faces showing how one must breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, how to bend one's knees to the proper angle on the rise, and the importance of sure foot placement. Most important, he explained, was that one must keep an aggressive but not too strenuous pace if one intends to win. It is fine to run in second place through the race, he said, provided one that has the willpower and strength to pull out in the end. I was an enthusiastic student, and Matthias decided that we ought to run a quick race around the edge of the bay before night fell. Ulan told us to bring some firewood when we came back. We began at once down the path, skirting the cliff below. I followed his advice about breath, gait, and foot placement, but I ran with all my power right from the start. Despite his much longer legs, I was a few paces ahead, and as we rounded the first corner, with his eyes on my back, Matthias I did not realize this was going to be so long. With his eyes on my back, Matthias did not see the gap in the rock that I jumped over. He plummeted over the cliff before he had a chance to cry out. I spent a few minutes gathering some twigs before I returned to Ulan at camp. That's it.
That was the most majestic reading of anything I
Well, it was
ever
also
heard.
extremely anticlimactic. It doesn't finish how he escaped. I guess you got to find the next Dwemer scroll.
Jumping.
That's
fast.
right.
But he did get rid of the first two guys. That was actually a pretty good story. I kind of like that. He kind of tricked the...
Yeah, he did. And, there was some brain dashing and
yes,
whatnot.
that was, yeah, that was
So
not
there's
bad.
some violence, little bit for everybody.
Can't go wrong there. I thought for a minute when I was reading that how he had planned on tricking the three guys, that they were going to rip off the Lord of the Rings, how he gets out of the ogres by making them argue until they turn to stone.
Yes.
But it kind of went a little bit different direction,
It
so I was
did.
happy to see they didn't just rip off Lord
Next
of the
lore
Rings.
book, yeah.
It'd be
Like all the
pretty
work
cheap.
we've put into this lore, and we're just gonna take some other lore.
Oh, man.
Okay, so now I want to get my gripe out about the about the DLCs.
You already got
Enough
your
of that.
lore
Enough
book
of that fun stuff.
Yes. This is making me dash my brains all over some rocks. You guys made some valid points, and I get those points. I just don't care. And I don't think most people know this. I've listened to a lot of Elder Scrolls podcasts. I don't think I've heard anybody talk about it. I haven't heard them talk about it on ESO Live, anything like that. The only place I saw this was they did have a frequently asked questions about the upcoming Tamriel Unlimited, the Crown Store, and everything. And it said that if you buy the DLC and you apply that DLC to one or the other server, it only applies to that server. So those that play in the European server and the US server consistently, if you want to buy both... Now, this doesn't apply if you're a Plus subscriber, obviously, but if you want to buy the DLC, you have to buy it twice. One for the EU server, and then one for the North American server. And I did not like that at all. I think that's really screwing some of their European players, because I know that a lot of them like to play on both servers depending on what they're doing and what time of day it is.
Right, and where their friends are, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
So, let me ask you a question. So then, if you are a subscriber, though, then obviously that it doesn't apply. In other words.
There's no DLC to apply to any server. You just have
Correct.
access to everything.
So that's really
my
weird.
screen looks really freaky right now. It's not loading all the details. There's a bunch of floating items.
Are you inside somewhere? I lost
I'm in the Mages Guild.
Okay.
Here,
Because we're supposed to go back there and.
I can see people through walls here. I can see people running around.
Oh my God.
Down below me. Where the hell are they down below me? How do you even get down there?
I'm afraid to go in now.
It's all. Do you see? This is like I'm in the Matrix right now.
I see it, but I'm good.
I know where to go, so I'm
No,
just
it's
gonna
fine.
follow walking on nothing.
That's hilarious. That's really trippy.
Is this coming? Yeah, it's on the stream too. That's awesome.
Yeah. I like how there were people in the chat and they're all cheering Ray on, and she's like, I don't know if I'll do well, and it's like, they're here for you. You're good. That's awesome.
my peeps.
Is this your first time? Doing
I don't have peeps.
Is this your first time doing a show like this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I said, Mirrodin and I have streamed, but we just kind of like play Skyrim or something for a little bit, which is fun. It's a lot of fun, but I've never done something that would be later turned into a just audio only and all that kind of stuff. So
I'm sorry you had to start here.
no,
know
it's
what?
awesome.
I don't remember seeing Shalador, but apparently Shalador made
He
his
was there.
appearance. Oh, I didn't even
He
see him.
did, yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Shalador?
Labyrinth's father. Oh, Labyrinthian's father. Learn to read.
Are you speaking truly? And,
Okay, so.
spell rights of the
First
era
era.
used a special ink
Okay, so we're gonna burn the book in the
cast the book
brazier,
into
which
the
I always read as
alchemy
brazier.
Fear not.
Yes,
Shalador
Brazier.
was the most
Brazier is the appropriate one.
first
One of those people that's in the chat was one of my kids. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
That-
awesome.
Yeah.
Are they still in there?
Let me see.
Cast the book into
You don't really need to check. I was just gonna say if they're not.
No,
they're
yeah.
horribly unsupportive
Nope,
of you.
they're not in there.
You asked if someone
They
brought
took off.
bacon, which is a great question.
Yeah, that would be Mirrodin. He's
Okay.
the Bacon Lord.
Did you burn your book?
Does the fire
Do.
reveal?
I don't think so. What am I supposed to be doing?
You take it over to this. Did you talk to Velast there?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, then just take it over here to this brazier.
Oh,
and-
yeah, because I told you I don't ever read the text when we're doing this. I just
Yeah, that's fine. That's
What to
that's
do.
my job. Sometimes it's really hard to follow the story and listen to what you guys are saying and try and follow everything at once, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I make
it
it
is
work.
actually really difficult. By the way,
What is the fire
much more
reveal?
difficult than it looks, folks. Much more
why-
difficult, yeah.
That's why our characters are always running in circles.
Yeah.
Like, if you actually watch the
This one is an
video of it,
achievement
we're usually actually
Yeah,
not
and I
filming
also I
at all.
saw you when I was trying to read that scroll
Oh, yeah.
dancing in right behind the text, and it was distracting me.
Ray was dancing too, but she
I
was
was
like
dancing.
off your screen, and I was so bummed. Just for part of it, though. I danced for all of it, and I was hoping it was distracting. I'm glad that worked out.
Okay, so we need to we revealed the words, but we can't read them, so we need Shalador. So we're gonna summon him with some ritual orbs.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like you do.
I also did jumping jacks, for the record.
I did not see the jumping jacks.
I switched to them toward the end.
Ah. I would like to find that next book because I want to know what happened to the boy that escaped from kidnapping.
I know, right?
It's kind of a neat story. Am I to like assume that by the way that was a Dwemer boy that was in the story because it was a Dwemer scroll? There we go. Attune
That's
the
a
ritual
very
orb.
good question.
Because it didn't
Who
really
was
say.
There was the names. There was a Matthias, and there was a couple other names that were.
Matthias was one of the Dords that kidnapped him.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay, so we've summoned Shalador.
I can sense. Yes. The aura around you glows with
Okay,
good
so
fortune. You will
yeah,
be one to
back
help
to
complete
the
my
DLC
final
thing. I'm sorry, I get so distracted doing this.
We're trying to distract you. They're dancing and talking about Shalador. and
Well,
what-
wait, you guys made some points. What were your thoughts on it, Ray?
Well, I mean, I had never even thought about the DLC issue, as far as, European and North American server stuff. But that's a really good point. I mean, it seems like a bad idea. The only thing I could think of is that maybe there's a reason, because they're separated like that. I don't know how they would do it, but then again, it's something to bring up. I think that's something we should comment about.
Like maybe the code is slightly different for the
Yeah.
EU DLC or something.
I really have no idea, but there could be a technical reason for it. But I don't know how many. Maybe it would be worthwhile looking into because I don't know how many people regularly play on both. both. I know there are some, for sure, including some people in our guilds.
Well, and that may very well be the reason that they did it, was that they don't have a very large player base that plays in both, so it doesn't really affect a whole lot of people.
It's something that I don't know, and I think that's definitely worth thinking about. I mean, it's something we should probably even ask them.
Yeah. Well, the other thing regarding the DLCs, this has been talked about, and it was on Elder Scrolls Off the Record when they were interviewing Paul Sage and
Right.
The other guy that I never remember his name, Chris Strauss.
Nice. The
And
other guy.
Sorry, Chris Strauss.
the less important one.
It's Paul Sage's shirts are distracting you. That's what it is.
I still want to make a shirt. I tweeted it. I took a picture from Google Images of Paul from the movie Paul, the alien.
Oh,
and
yes.
then next to it, a little picture of Sage, the herb. Just like a little picture of fresh sage. So
Yep.
I want to get that put on a shirt for Paul Sage. It's the Paul
Yes.
Sage shirt.
Well, there
too
you go.
bad.
That can be one of your shirts. You're going to make shirts, right? Come on, man. Do's and Tamriel shirts.
Yeah. I might get on that.
Not with our present logo.
With Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my god.
So, they talked about, well, they were asking about whether or not you would get the DLC for free if you've subscribed for a certain amount of time. Because my biggest problem with the Plus subscription is that you don't get the DLC. You get access to the DLC, so if you ever unsubscribe, you
While you
lose
subscribe,
access.
that is correct,
Yeah,
and
and-
that's the way I understand it too. Although when this got brought up in ESOTR, I think a lot of people assumed that no, that's not, that doesn't sound right. Like you should be able to have access to it after you've paid up to a certain point. That's like equivalent to buying the DLC, and in fact, no, that is not true.
Yeah.
So that is the thing I think that needs to be rethought because it doesn't seem right.
No, and depending on what they are you guys ready to go in? And
Yeah, we're
since
Yep, I
she's-
am ready.
Oh, this is a solo
just standing
quest, so
here
you
like
guys
an
are on
idiot.
your own
Oh,
here.
okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah.
If you guys end up not being high enough level, then don't worry about it. We'll just go to the next guild quest.
Okay, we're fine.
We'll
we're
do
just,
like the Fighters Guild or
We'll
something.
just die.
Yeah, this will.
Actually, I think it
I
does
like
scale
mouse.
now as opposed to before when it.
Oh,
didn't.
well, that would be good. I love Cheesemonger's Hollow, and
I
I
do
love
too.
Sheogorath. I love this whole quest line. I think a lot of people really love the Mages Guild quest line.
Immortal.
Yeah, it's great. Plus the fact that you get to see Sheogorath on a regular basis. He's like your
Mhm.
best friend.
It's a great voice acting for him too.
It is. It's great.
So, depending on the price scale that they use, it really depends on how much are they charging for a DLC, how much are they charging per crown. Is it going to be like 100 crowns for $1, which would, for me, that seems like the most simple way to do it. Just do a 1 to 100 conversion rate. But if they don't make it to where it's, like if you do the math, it's almost better. If you're not someone who plans on buying every single pet and every single mount, what do you need the 1,500 crowns a month for? And it may almost just be cheaper just to buy individually the pets and mounts you want, just pay cash for some crowns, and then pay for the DLC, which you'll then own, rather than just getting access to it.
I think there are people that are going to do that. I'm fine with that because I know that the Crown Store, it has what it has right now, and you're right. And like once that's done, you're like, what can I spend it on? Well, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be more stuff,
Well, yeah,
particularly more costumes
yeah,
and
they're
all
gonna
that
have
kind of
to.
stuff. So, did you guys talk about that with like Night to Night and those guys?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
That ended up being very sloppy of an
Yeah.
episode, which I blame mostly on myself and my PSU going down, and I died. I don't know if I can do this
I died
quest.
too.
We all
This isn't gonna
died.
happen.
Did you really? Oh God, never mind.
I'm gonna revive at the way shrine.
Yeah. So it looks like they don't respawn if you die, so I'm just gonna keep trying to kill this little scamp. It should not take me this long to kill a
kill a scamp, yeah.
I'm a dragon knight.
Me too.
I don't
Well, let's
feel
see.
powerful right now.
This is a test of our skill and endurance.
Why am I taking so much damage? He's not even hitting me, and I'm dying. Okay, I killed him, but more are gonna pop out, and I'm gonna die again. So, I don't. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily an issue because it gives you the choice. You can be the Plus subscriber, which does also come with the 10% bonuses to gold and experience and inspiration and things like that. So it's not like you're not getting other stuff as well. And if that's not good enough for you, then you can choose to not be a subscriber. It doesn't really affect anybody, I don't think. I just think it discourages people from going to Plus if they don't put the price point correct on it, you know, if they make it a little too skewed one way or the other.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you would think that they would want to encourage people to be... I've died again. What do you think on that?
I don't know which topic you're talking about.
I'm talking about
You've
the fact
jumped around
that...
the DLC issues a few times. I'm sorry, I don't know which part of the DLC.
I'm talking about the fact that when you don't own the DLC as a Plus subscriber, that it may end up being cheaper for a lot of people to just buy crowns, you know, as they come and not be a Plus subscriber.
I do really like the idea of having it so that after the DLC's been out for a certain amount of time and you've been subscribed over that period of time, that eventually they just make the DLC, you own it at that point instead of it canceling if you cancel your subscription. I just think that makes it incentivizes the subscription plan, because otherwise, like you said, they need to get those price points right. Otherwise, people don't have as much of a reason to just stay subscribed. I would probably prefer to buy them, if that's what you're asking me.
Sorry, I just died too, and what's funny is I went to the Way Shrine, and they like followed me.
Yeah, the Way Shrine's right behind you.
It's right there. It's
where
like,
you
oh my
died
God.
at.
I full-on gave up. I just left there.
Oh, that's okay. I just
back.
finished killing him, so I'll just finish this quest for the sake of the stream and everything, and then we'll go do like the Undaunted, so we can hear them awkwardly sing Undaunted.
Yeah. Wow, that's another thing too. Couldn't they have thought of something else?
Alright, so we're going to find some books in here to try and get the, I don't remember what the place is called, the Sanctuary, the Mages Guild Sanctuary thing that Shalador lost to Sheogorath.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
The thingy.
The thingy. That's the limit of my knowledge of Elder Scrolls lore. That thingy. But yeah, I think that's what I feel they should do is, for example, if a DLC goes live and you've been subscribed to ESO Plus for at least, like, say 3 months after that the DLC goes live, then say they charge you a discounted 500 crowns to own that DLC or something like that. You know, almost as like a loyalty reward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give like a loyalty reward discount to the DLC. You know, and they would have to find a way to, which I wouldn't imagine would be that hard to track. Like, when were you subscribed? How many months after the DLC came out were you subscribed? And then you'd still have to pay crowns for it, but, you know, do it for a discounted rate, so that way you don't have to buy it outright when you're already paying for the subscription fee. Because then, I mean, if you're talking about, you know, if you're talking about that you want to buy the DLC on top of it, you reach the point where you're starting to question, why am I even a Plus subscriber? What am I getting outside of it then?
The discount idea, I think, is a really good one.
Yeah.
I do like that, because
Shivering Isles.
they did. I mean, they even mentioned in the article, they intentionally pointed out, hey, we're pretty much closing out the loyalty programs, which is kind of weird to say, because it's not like they've done a whole lot of loyalty things in general. It's not like it's like this constant monthly stream of things you can expect. It's just stuff that happens once in a while. It was kind of odd to me, but at least to my recollection, maybe I'm misremembering. But they kind of made a point, like, look, this is the last of the loyalty stuff, guys. Enjoy it while you can get your mount. And, yeah, it would be kind of nice to have a continuing version of that, where you just offered a discount if you've been subscribed for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing I don't know if I said this before we started recording or not, but, so I might be repeating myself, but, and now I just forgot completely what I was even talking about, so... I don't remember it all. Never mind. Forget it.
I bet it was a really great point.
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
I'm sure it was.
It was the best song in the world. We just forgot how it went.
We just, yeah.
Would have driven everything home.
Stop hitting me with fire! Oh my God.
Oh, it doesn't get much better as you continue the quest. Unfortunately, I have to kill 2 scamps and a sainted guardian all at once here.
Yeah,
I'm really
well,
glad I
got
left that quest.
No,
crap.
I don't. I can sneak past them.
That is so funny.
Screw those guys.
Okay.
I'm going home.
Yeah. So
Oh, and you know what? I have freaking a skill point that I can use. Maybe that'll help. I have 3 skill points. Oh my god, I'm slacking.
Oh, jeez.
Increase the damage of burning effect. Yes.
Need more damage.
I know, right?
This is awesome, by the way.
What is?
Just dying.
Oh.
Just life. Ray's high on life.
I am so high.
Okay, there we go. Got some passes.
Ah.
I really like this. Oh, I already said that. This quest line.
Didn't
No,
I
but-
already kill this person? Okay, yeah. Okay,
But
there we
more
go.
specifically, I like this first starting quest here, where you get the little encounter. Well, you're about to see it here after you kill Gut Stripper, which is Shiogorath's pet, which
Yes.
I'm gonna do my best to kill. We'll see what happens, but you get a little exchange where he's making fun of Shalidor, calls him Shalidoo or something like
Yes.
that. And he, you know, if he calls him dude, then that's awesome because we're dudes in Tamriel, but I don't know if he says that specifically. But yeah, I really like this first quest. I think it's a lot of fun. Where the hell is this dinosaur running?
It's really amusing because I'm literally just standing. I'm not going in there
I'm
at all.
sorry.
No, it's just funny. I'm like,
Dance,
you
dance.
guys are doing action, and
Just
I'm not action.
dance.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna start singing pop songs
Why did you sing that?
because.
I know, because now you're not
I
going to be able to
understand.
forget about it, right?
Oh, let
Yeah.
me read this. Here's a
I don't know
lore.
where that came from.
This is the lore book from the end of this. After you kill Sheogorath's pet.
Is it long?
No, it's not, and it should be hilarious because it involves Sheogorath. So
Yes.
it's how the.
And
Oh,
there
this
might be cheese involved.
This is already funny. How the Quama lost his shoes. In the ash and sand of Stony Falls, the little Quama lost his way. He herps and derps to his mother's calls, but the volcanoes do not sway. The forager passed him, burbling then, with sand and scrit upon his back. He tripped and lost his front right shoe, and wished he'd brought some kind of snack. The worker ropped him, chiding then angry at the loss of time. He tripped and lost his back left shoe, and skittered legs passed up to climb. I don't understand that. The warrior snarled him, fighting, then bites and snaps at nasty shock. He tripped and lost both other shoes, avoiding monsters, things that stalk. The queen found him then, cries and leaks all down his face. She cracked his chitin for those lost shoes, and ate him squealing for his disgrace. Oh, poor Quama, he lost his
Very
shoes, so he got
nice.
eaten.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, it looks like I am in now instanced with you guys. Or at least,
I don't think you are.
it looks like I am.
I'm not
I
even
don't
in
see
there.
you.
I'm right behind. I mean, I can see your crown, so that's weird. Oh, maybe it's just I have to leave in order to see you guys.
Well, I'm here talking to Sheogorath, but he's not talking back, so I don't know what's going on with that. There we go. Puppy killer. That was not a puppy. That was a dinosaur.
That lore book sounded like Reddit wrote it. He herped and he derped.
You
I
heard
know,
Danny
it's like,
Derp,
what's
yeah.
the herpaderp there?
That was great.
It sounded like it was written by Sheogorath, calling it Stony Falls instead of Stone Falls.
If he was on Reddit.
If he was on Reddit.
That pompous
Shalidor.
Oh boy.
He's got creepy white eyes. He's got no pupils or anything.
His island.
I would know that if I was there, but I'm not.
Where's the sport in that?
He's gonna give me one of the books in exchange for my heart or lungs. No thanks.
In exchange for your heart or
Let's have a contest.
your choice.
Okay, I'll do a contest.
See a death trap? Nothing so difficult to say. We assemble
I would love to see an encounter where Sheogorath and Cadwell have a conversation.
And I'll
That
give
would
you
be
an additional
hysterical.
book for each test you pass. Excellent. Cheese and cabbage. for
Cheese and
everyone.
cabbage for everyone.
I'm hungry now.
Yum.
Shallydorable. We should inform Shallydorable of our deal.
Shalidor.
Jelly adorable. Nice.
Okay, let's see. I'm not sure how that works.
I
Okay.
can't wait to see
Here we
the
go.
look
I'm
on
going to
his face.
observe this
my
conversation.
God.
Precious enough.
Are you still dying over there?
No, I'm not dying. I'm almost got him killed.
What's the meaning of this? Sir Gorath.
Unfortunately, I have no magic. No, okay, I'm good.
Ah, Shalidor.
You're really committed because I was like, screw it, I'll do it another
Oh,
time. Like
right.
1 minute in, I
Right
was like,
at
I don't
the
feel like
end.
doing this.
Oh,
Oh, at the end, yeah.
Uh,
That's what happened the first time I played it, and I was really angry.
Hardly fair.
I was like, you know, now it's not a good time to get angry because I suck at this.
I've got a surprise for you.
It's gonna take some
I
hand-holding.
put a tiny curse on these books.
Okay, so I'm curious. I do still want to talk about my version of the road ahead.
Your version?
What would you guys like to see? Well, first of all, what do you think this 1.6 is going to be the last update until after the console release? Because that's a long time to go with no new content.
Yeah, the console release is June, right?
Mhm.
And everything comes online in March. Is that right?
Should be early March. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're going to line it up directly with the Tamriel Unlimited release or if it's separate, but
Curse the mad god.
That's a really good question.
What
I
game is playing with
I
you?
think that it will be the only, at least. I mean, there might be some updates with regards to things that need to be fixed. But I can't imagine them giving us, putting in a whole new thing before the consoles.
well, 1.6 is supposed to have just mountains of bugs and glitch fixes. So hopefully after that gets released, there won't be a need for much more other than a couple of hot patches here and there. But I mean, if that comes out in March, are you talking about 3 months until? Because they haven't really talked like there's anything else they're working on releasing, soon. After 1.6, it's like all about the console release.
Yeah, but I still my bet is going to be on no.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, they've kind of almost alluded to not really planning on putting in like a new. I know not a lot of new people want like a new area or something like that because it's such a big change that they're doing, and I think they're kind of like, no, Justice and Champion system's big enough. But they've announced it so far in advance and had it on the PTS, and with the console release, I think people want kind of one other thing, but I don't think they're going to do it. They haven't made any mention of any plans to.
Translating this right away, but I hope
What was the other thing I was going to bring up regarding that? Oh, what would you guys like to see come out next
I'll leave word for
after 1.6?
I would say I would like to get rid of this stupid thing that's chasing me.
1.7, get rid of Ray's enemies.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we all like that update, huh?
Oh my god. I don't know. Anybody else?
No.
I wanted.
Let me kill this
He
guy
asked
first.
a question that he wanted to answer.
Well, I didn't know if you don't have one, then I mean, well, there's the Imperial City, Rothgar, and then there's that one with the Naga-looking things. Are the three main things that they're looking to release after 1.6, just with no time frame.
I think Imperial City needs to be next.
I think so too.
It's not necessarily what I want, but it's definitely, I think that would be a really big deal for a lot of people.
I don't think it's going to be next, though. I think Rothgar is going to be next.
Oh, that's true. That could be. That was one of the shiny things they did show.
upright, 2 legs.
Yeah, I don't. I think Imperial City should be next, even though I don't necessarily think I'll be doing anything in it. At least
not right away. Yeah,
not anytime soon. I would love to have Rothgar come out because that's going to be the start of new scalable adventure zones, and I'm thrilled about that. That's great for our show and everything. We can take a break from Stonefalls or something and go to the brand new area and do quests there, even though we're not a high level. And I love that. I think that's going to be great for bringing people together.
Me too.
Assuming they don't instance to your level. I can't imagine that's what they do. I imagine it'll be like Cyrodiil, where they bump you up to the level of the creatures there. But I think that's gonna be great for community events and things like that, where it's bring the player base together, because right now the main way you can do that is in dungeons, and I guess you could help your friends out in whatever zone they're at if you're a higher level and things like that. But I think that still leaves the issue of, if you have a higher level coming to join you, then you're just like raffle stomping things left and right. You're just soaring through dungeons. You got a VR 14 in a level 20 dungeon. You're just, there's no challenge to that. As I just stand here again because I'm talking.
I was gonna.
Yeah, sorry.
There,
we'll go talk to the Undaunted guys because there's a funny quest about a rat and stuff in a tavern.
And I'm just like waiting for these guys to stop talking to each other.
Oh, you're at Sheogorath and
Yeah, they're done
Shalador.
now.
Okay.
Thank God. I'm like, whoa.
I love that interchange though.
It's
Or,
great.
Not interchange, exchange. What was I just talking about? Yeah, so this will be the first time in the game where if you have a low-level character and your friend has a high-level character, you will both, aside from Cyrodiil, but, you know, the first PvE zone that you can play together and both be equally challenged by the enemies and not have one be significantly stronger than the other.
Right. And a lot of people want that. They've been wanting that for a long time, which totally makes sense.
Well, I think that'll be a lot of fun. What do you think, Dew?
You keep asking me questions about things I don't know about, and then
Hrothgar is going to be...
completely skipping me on the shit that I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, then you can... I'm sorry.
So no, I mean I know what you're talking about, but I don't have an opinion on it at all. It's something that's too high level for me to even consider. It doesn't affect me at all.
Well, no, see, that's the thing, is when Hrothgar comes out, it's going to be a scalable level.
Which I understand, but it doesn't affect me because I'm not an experienced enough player to even... When those scalable things don't help somebody as crappy as me.
They don't
No, they don't. I've played them.
They don't in Cyrodiil, but that's different. Cyrodiil, I don't think they're going to do it the same as Cyrodiil. Cyrodiil is designed to boost you up to a high level,
right,
but not to boost you up to the same... Like, you're still significantly weaker than someone who actually is that level.
I understand that. I guess my thinking is I like the way they've designed it for other people who care. Right now, I'm not personally invested in it because I guess we'll see when it comes. It's not something that I am just knowledgeable about enough to feel comfortable. I mean, it'll be... It's not something I'm excited for because it doesn't really affect me yet.
Well, what do you think about this? The idea that as the game stands right now, when you're at the level we are, we have to do quests in Stonefalls because there's nowhere else. Everything else is too high a level or whatever. You know, and then when we level up a little bit more, we go to Deshawn, and then we have to do the Deshawn quests until we reach a level where we can go further.
It's pretty linear.
Yeah, whereas now... When you have these new scalable adventure zones, it means... I'm going the wrong way. I got distracted by a lord that I think is in this building. Now with these new scalable adventure zones, you don't have to go linear. You can do some quests in Stonefalls, and then you can jump over to the adventure zone if you want to.
I like that it's the adventure zone. That sounds hilarious.
Well, that's what the Craglorn is called, an adventure zone.
No, I know. It
is, but you know, it cracks me up too because having kids and everything, it just sounds like someplace you take your children.
That's what I'm thinking.
Adventure
it's like
zone.
A kid's birthday party cake pizza kind of place with like animatronic life-size animals.
Yeah, or not, because that would be creepy.
What I always thought was funny is, what zone is not an adventure zone? Isn't that the point of every zone, is that you adventure in them?
Yeah.
Not if there's not cake and pizza.
Hey, you know what? We didn't think of these names, you know?
What are you asking
we
me
just
for?
play them.
The Undaunted Adventurers. Oh, the Undaunted would be perfect for the adventure zones. They're adventurers.
But then they have to sing that song.
Yeah. Didn't they? I don't know if they have yet or not. I thought they were talking about in a future update fixing that so that they don't sound so terrible when they do that.
I don't know. I haven't heard that, but I kind of get a kick out of it, actually, because it sounds so ridiculous. I mean, there's no song, actually. They're just chanting, and all at different times.
Yeah, but I think, well, I don't know. I thought they might turn it into a song. I thought there was a quest here, but it's a different quest where you bring the rat in here, and... I know who that is. I think it's an Argonian or something that wants free booze.
Oh man, yes, there is something like that, and then you have to scare them off, the person off. Yeah.
There's no way we can do the Undaunted because I think
no.
Yeah, the quest is to enter Fungal Grotto.
No.
We could enter it, but we can't complete it.
We can die in it.
That would be terrible. It would just be nothing but death.
Well, then we'll go up and
fungus.
I want to do this quest real quick because it's kind of hilarious. This alcoholic up here.
Okay.
We're not going to help racists, but we're going to help an alcoholic today.
That works.
Well, that's only fair.
The mouse slag.
Come on.
Is it this guy over here? Oh, he's not an Argonian. He's a Dunmer, dark elf.
Okay. I'm following the crown.
Yeah, I'm doing
Naril Helaran, or Helaron.
Honor to you, traveler. Name's Naril.
Naril, that's his name.
Naril.
A bit of luck we met because I need
Okay.
in a business deal. You may have heard Stonefalls is under attack.
You could probably just share that quest. Can you share the quest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take wine. If I had a particular
Now that we've made
weapon,
it, like we
there's a
finally.
I know,
got
we're all
there.
the way up
Oh,
here,
wait,
it's like,
show the
oh.
class.
He's saying
bottle of
he's saying he
Tears of
wants us to
Maya
steal it
ordered
so
by
that he can give it to
immortality.
sell it to somebody. I thought he was an alcoholic, but maybe not. He's just a he's
See?
apparently just a thief.
See what happens? Stories change, you know, after you tell it.
I
Listen to
wonder,
high
you know
school
what?
rumors.
I wonder
Yeah.
if after they put in the justice system, if this will help your legerdemain skill line
You can't just smooth talk
to
through
steal
it.
this wine for this quest.
I don't know, but boy, you know, you need to do a lot of pickpocketing, by the way. Have you been doing that in the PTS?
I just did some before, like an hour before we did the pre-show.
Are you going to share the quest?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
There you go.
Alrighty.
We have to go.
Exquisite Tears. Aw.
Yeah, we have to go. That's the name of the alcohol. It's a bottle of wine. We have to go steal a dock rat, and then. Well, I guess you're not really stealing the rat; they're just rats. But we have to go take a dock rat, and then actually, I think we got to talk to these guys, and they're gonna tell us that the bartender hates rats.
Yeah, you use them to scare him or something, so he stops paying attention. And I apologize if I look, or if I lag way behind because my mouse is lagging, so
I'm sorry.
getting stuck on walls. It's okay.
That's no fun.
It's this angle that we've moved my chair so we get less echo, and my mouse gets stuck because it's wireless.
Well, I would
Catch
have
a
thought
wharf rat.
I would have thought it would have been better because you were closer to your computer now.
Well, you thought wrong.
Yeah, apparently so.
Because it's not.
My bad.
It's actually significantly worse than it was.
Oh, man.
It's okay.
All right.
I can pretend that's why I die at everything.
I'm gonna
We all
release
died a
the
couple
wharf
times
rat,
on that one.
and the bartender's gonna get all pissed off.
Yeah.
I always sneak when I steal the bottle of wine, but I don't think you have to. Once you put
I
the
don't
rat
think you
down, I
have
think you're
to.
good. You gotta stand in the middle here for the rat. Did you guys do that?
I got a rat.
I wasn't.
Oh, you have to
yeah,
stand in the
when
middle
mouse
to
is too
release it, you
laggy, I'm
mean?
gonna get out of the way here.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
You guys will finish the quest up.
Do you put in this stuff?
Release the wharf rat.
It should just pop up to hit E.
I know. I'm not seeing it.
Did you loot wharf rat?
Yep.
I know that seems like a dumb question, but you know.
I know. It's okay.
So my final thoughts on that topic, where I want Rothgar to come out really badly.
I'm just gonna go see if I can catch another one, because I did catch one. It went off my list, and
Do you think there's gonna be new dungeons in Rothgar?
well, I would think so. Yeah.
Well, because they call it an adventure zone, and like in Craglorn, they have those dungeons, but they're not like Fungal Grotto style dungeons. But they're not public dungeons either. They're 4-man dungeons. They're almost like 4-man public dungeons almost. But I'm wondering if they'll actually introduce new actual dungeons, like when they came out with like the Veteran City of Ash and stuff like that. That's what I'd like to see in Rothgar. I'd like to see some new dungeons, because we haven't gotten any of those in a long time. What was I think Veteran City of Ash was the last one that came out, and that was a while ago.
Yeah, it has been a while. And I haven't even done all of them.
I have done all of them, but not all the veteran ones.
Yeah.
I've just done all the normal ones.
Okay, well, what I don't know why I cannot release the rat, so
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
alright,
do
I got
the
It
other
makes you
one.
feel better. I never even got a rat.
Wait, is it a shared completion? Does
It's
your
not,
quest
because
say-
it's still telling me to do it. So what I'm going
Oh.
to do, I'm going to do this other thing.
Well, I'm gonna abandon you and go turn in the quest. And then I think we have enough time to just really quickly go do the start of the Warriors Guild, or the Warriors Guild. Good lord, the Fighters,
Fighters
Guild.
Guild. Yeah.
You in basketball.
Well, that's probably where that came from. Go
Or
Warriors.
the Warriors movie.
Or the SpongeBob movie. We're going to see that Saturday.
Are we?
Yeah, in 3D.
I didn't know if we were going.
You can use the gift card on Fandango, which is awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got a little section on their payment for Regal gift card.
Now everyone knows we have a gift card. They might rob us. Be careful.
Ah, it's good to make new business acquaintances.
And I get a
Remember
trader signet.
Tamriel
Nice.
Halaran, my friend.
Adds 2 stamina
We will see each other
regeneration.
again.
Useless. I don't use stamina. You know what I did earlier too? I went into Cyrodiil for the first time in a couple of months, and I realized why you have to really have like a PvP guild if you're gonna do that.
I did something funny.
What'd
I
you
did not
do?
see it.
Oh no, I just decided I was just gonna try stealing it. It doesn't work.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. He'll catch you.
He's just like, "What are you doing?"
There's another similar quest to that in I think it's in what's the main city in Deshawn, Mournhold, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's one in there where you have to use like a smoke bomb or a flash bomb or something. You throw it in the fire, and then in that one, because there's 2 different ways you could do this one too. I think you can also get something else to distract the bartender. I forget what it is. And then in that one, you can either use the flash bomb thing, or you can release a lizard, because the bartender in that tavern hates lizards. And then you end up stealing it. You know what? It's for the same goddamn guy now that I think about it. The same guy, he's sitting in Mournhold, and you go talk to him.
The
and
guy
he-
is just trouble.
Yeah, he just asks you to steal another bottle of wine or something from that tavern, and it's the same thing. You gotta get the bartender scared of a lizard or something, and a little redundant, but that's alright. Seems kind of lazy.
It seems like something that you would do if you were desperate enough, and like Bevmo wasn't close enough. Be like, somebody goes steal me some.
Thank God there is always a Bevmo around.
Bevmo is everyone's friend.
Did you figure out that wharf rat there?
No, because you know what? It's not letting me do it for some weird reason, so I'm just never mind.
Alright, let's just go up to the Fighters Guild then. And
I'm walking
then-
around. I'm like looking at the ground. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Oh, wait a
I'm
minute.
so sorry. I didn't know you were right there trying to get that rat.
Did you just catch that rat?
I did. I caught the rat right in front of me. I had no idea you were behind me. I didn't know. I'm really sorry. I was just like, ooh, a rat. Like, I've been standing here for a long ass time.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, Ray.
This is awesome.
I just...
Oh my God! I got a Rakuda. Oh,
You got a Rakuda?
I did.
What's a Rakuda?
Oh, you know the runes, the purple ones.
Oh, you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of the Yokita, and I was thinking like, how the hell did you get an item of the Yokita set?
Yeah. Well, you know they were here once upon a time.
All right, let's see. The Fighters Guild
Yeah.
is up here on the left.
I'll meet you guys there in a sec.
No, you
Let's see
won't.
if I can release it. I'm gonna keep trying to do this thing forever.
Okay.
Oh,
do-
I was able to do it this time.
Oh, you. Oh, that's good. Okay. Are you following me, Do?
No, because
Oh.
I was supposed to because I haven't done anything in a while.
I'm sorry.
That's not your fault.
Let's go up
I mean, it
here.
kind of is because my mouse is lagging because of where you've moved me.
So tonight we did the Mages Guild. We found the Shivering Isles was stolen by Sheogorath, and Shalador, we found him to try and get it back from, and started a, what did Sheogorath call it? Some games or competitions or something, I think he said, to get the other books to
get the other
recover the
books.
Shivering Isles.
Yeah. It seems like every time you want to get a book, he's gonna have some kind of little trick to play on you. So.
And we unlocked the Undaunted skill line, which was simply talking to the Undaunted leader, and that was it. I thought there was a quest for that, but apparently not. And 3 keep you, traveler. Welcome to Davin's Watch Guild Hall.
There we go.
So we're gonna finish off with the Fighters Guild.
And I finally released a Wharf Rat.
Nice.
So yay for me.
Just make sure you get the wine before the bartender gets back.
I did. I already got it. I'm done. I turned it in. I'm done. Oh my God.
I have a rat that's just hanging on with me because
Oh, yeah,
I
'cause
started
you know.
following you right after.
Sees all colors. I love that name of the guildmaster for the Fighters Guild.
And their dark anchors. You might have seen them. Enormous chains.
Dark Anchors, that's right. The Fighters Guild, you level up with Dark Anchors,
Dark
which I
Anchors.
love the Dark Anchors.
Oh yeah, they are fun.
That's my favorite part of this game is the Dark Anchors. One of my favorite things is when you're wandering around questing and you hear that war horn go off. And Duke can attest to this. I always yell out, "Dark Anchor!" and I go running towards it.
Yes.
Plagues of Daedra, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't need to finish the dial. Oh yeah, I do, because he's still got a quest.
Good.
So maybe we should try to
to
do a Dark Anchor. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we could, but I remember when we did it in, like, I think it was like episode 3 or something.
Uh-huh.
I got my ass handed to me.
Oh yeah.
You did?
That's part of the fun, right?
Well, it's when you have that first group to kill before they start coming down 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah.
That's what really screwed me because they killed me, but then I just popped back up right away and
Like
Are you
you.
saying you're afraid of dark anchors?
yes, are you afraid of the dark anchor?
Oh.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Oh, this is the crafting writ thing. I don't need that.
Yeah, you
so
don't need
I'm
that.
gonna go into the Fighters Guild here. Achievement unlocked, Associate of the Fighters Guild. Oh, the cat meowed. It scared me. Oh, it's up on the dresser. What? It's Ernie. Except for Ernie likes to hide behind the dresser.
I can't see your screen from here.
Oh, there's a. Can I tilt it or is
Stream
it the
lags.
TV? Oh, you should see it here in a second.
I'll see it in a minute. Keep doing your thing.
So we
You
need
don't
to
have
go
stay there.
find American Aleph.
Oh, you're way ahead of
Oh,
me.
it does look
I
like
haven't even
Ernie.
done that yet. Oh, no, I did. I thought I had to talk to somebody in here, but you're right.
I think you're good.
What? Wait, I don't have that quest.
Hmm.
What did I do wrong?
You have to talk to Cecil Colors, but after that.
Oh, I did not talk to Seize All Colors.
Yeah.
You mentioned Sees All Colors, but you didn't talk to
Yes,
Sees
she's
All.
right. I can't tell if it's a she or a he.
We have
Oh, it's a she. She's got boobs.
Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
My bad. Apparently,
It's definitely a
Argonians.
she.
Why do Argonians have boobs? That seems weird. They're lizard people.
That is a question not for me.
Why are there lizard people? I guess.
Oh, you play Ray. You play in the Daggerfall Covenant. Is it the same storyline where you have to rescue Merrick and Aleph?
Yes, there is.
And is the Guildmaster an Argonian? Because I wouldn't think
It's
so.
the same exact person. It's Cecil Colors, yeah.
And it's an Argonian. That's weird because Argonians are in the Ebonheart Pact.
But they make a big point. If you talk to them a lot, they make a big point of saying that the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild are not faction specific.
Oh, see, I
So
wonder.
they
I
stay aloof from all that. Yeah.
I've never paid attention, but I wonder if the 3 guild leaders are one from the Ebonheart, one from the Daggerfall, and one from the
It might be, yeah. I don't know who. Well, yeah, because like, let me think about that for a second. So like, yeah. So the Mages Guild.
Yes.
Yeah, the Mages Guild. The main person that you talk to is an Altmer, and then Fighters Guild, it's an Argonian, and for the Undaunted, it's a Nord. So isn't it?
Oh, well, then that's 2 of the Ebonheart.
So yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But throughout, you'll see if you go talk to people, there's just, I mean, there are all races.
Okay, so I don't think we need to go rescue Merrick and Aleph because that might take a little while if I remember this quest. So why don't we go ahead and wrap things up here? I'll go ahead and play the lute and you guys can dance.
I'm gonna do
yes,
jumping
because-
jacks.
The Dunmer dance is my goodness.
I know. I was laughing at that earlier because mine was really goofy and yours is super seductive. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ray, if people want to contact you, where can they find you?
Well, I'm in game. It's at Ray. And Twitter is at Ray62.
And that's WRAY.
Yes, it's WRAY62. And let's see. Because I thought I'd mention it. We have, even though we have 3 guilds that I belong to, 3 ESOTR guilds, there is a Twitter account for everything, for just the guilds, and it's at ESOTR Guilds.
Is that new? Because I just
It
found
is
that
brand
the other day.
spanking new,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say I saw that and I followed it, and I didn't know if
Yeah.
that had been around the whole time or not.
No, that's brand new, and which is cool because then if you want to just check up and see what's going on, if you want to participate in stuff, it'll all be there.
Yeah, and don't you have an event coming up?
Yeah, we do. Oh, for Stendar.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Which is our Daggerfall Covenant Guild. Anyway, the event is, on Friday at 9 Eastern Time. And it is one of our famous naked runs. So this was a naked orc run because we're doing Daggerfall Covenant.
That's awesome.
And also there's a dance party afterwards. So we're going to go from, we're meeting in Daggerfall, the city, and we're going to run naked from there to another city called Shornhelm. So it should be crazy fun, which they usually are. They're super popular too because you just go through and just, wreak havoc on everything in sight.
I have 2 things regarding that. One, I less want to participate in a naked run, and more so, I want to be a random person with no idea who's questing and sees a horde of naked people running past me and go, "What the hell is that?"
That
Good
might
point
be
there,
the
right
best
there.
part of it. As far as I know, we are not streaming this one, but oh my god, it's so much fun to watch these afterwards and just see people just going, oh my god.
And then my second thing was at the dance party, you have to play It's All About the Bass. 'Cause I can't stop that song keeps getting stuck in my head, and it's a hysterical song.
He was singing it drunk last night.
Oh god.
Oh, that's right, I was singing it drunk
That's right.
last
Now
night.
you guys went out last night.
Yeah,
right?
we went to PF Chang's for an
Yes.
early Valentine's because we had today off for
Very
Lincoln's birthday.
Ah, yes.
Yes, and so
Lincoln's birthday.
So we figured we'd go out because this is going to be a nightmare weekend for Valentine's Day because it's Monday is President's Day, which most people have off, and so you have a 3-day weekend with Valentine's Day being on Saturday. So all 3 days, there's going to be plenty of guys trying to, make a whole weekend out of it. And so we went there, and it was really quiet. There wasn't a whole lot of people there, and it was a lot nicer, especially because like many gamers were antisocial and agoraphobic types. So the less people there are at the restaurant, the better.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not even a gamer, I just have those qualities.
Yeah.
Fair
it's-
enough.
Someone
yeah.
just ran by with the username Bad Rash, and that was really funny.
That is great.
And I just wanted to put that out there.
Well, one of the things I love too is that we're having our event on Friday the 13th, so I expect
I didn't
it's
even
going to be
realize
awesome.
that's Friday
Yeah.
the 13th.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And-
funny.
I think that was on purpose.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
But yeah, so I mean, when I do stream sometimes, not me alone, but when I do, I usually do it with a friend of mine, Mirrodin, and so I wanna plug that too.
Oh, please.
His Twitch channel is Mirrodin. It's twitch.tv as everything else is /Mirrodin MYRIDDEN. So if I send something out that I'm gonna stream, it'll all be like super crazy, like half drunken, laughing at stuff.
I'm glad that you could get that plugged on here, but we don't have a huge fan base, so I don't know how good that will...
Oh, it doesn't matter.
how much of a favor that is. And, okay, Joe, so if you want to find us, we are on twitch.tv /DewsandTamriel. We usually stream live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays, but
Which is awesome.
obviously there was an issue with my PSU and On Track not delivering on time, so we pushed it to Thursday for this week, but normally we'll be on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv /DewsandTamriel. You can email us at dewsandtamriel@gmail.com. We are on Twitter at dewsandtamriel, and individually, I am on Twitter at Scarydrew86.
I am at _burials.
And am I forgetting? I feel like...
You don't have to say the YouTube, the Twitter, the Twitch.
YouTube,
They're all the same username.
I did learn why I'm not able to do a custom YouTube URL, like just youtube.com /DewsandTamriel, and that's because you have to have either like an official like website that you contact them and be like, hey, can you make an exception? Here's my website, which I don't feel like setting up a website for this show. So the other way
This is a throwaway.
The other way is you have to have at least 500 followers, and
Which we don't have any.
Is that right?
Not even close. So
I had no idea.
yeah, so you have to have at least 500 followers in order to... But you can go to tinyurl.com /DewsandTamriel because I set that up, and that'll take you to the YouTube channel.
Screw you, YouTube. We found a workaround.
You have to find a workaround.
Yeah, and,
Oh, that is great.
And then the audio version, the podcast version, is on Podomatic.com. It's also on Beyond Pod and iTunes, and we just got accepted for Stitcher Radio, so you can find us on Stitcher now as well. Just
Oh,
search
that's
Dews and
awesome.
Tamriel, and you'll find all of the episodes posted there. Until I run out of space on Podomatic, because that $15 a month only gets me 2.5 gigs worth, so I can probably fit like 18 episodes. So that's not going to be for a few months or so. But once we reach that point, I'll have to start deleting the early episodes, which I'll obviously just start by deleting episode 1 and then 2
The
and so on.
details during the plug are getting ridiculous.
There's a lot of stuff going on, but yeah. So
It's like
just
the slowest news day ever. So I might have to delete some old episodes, but that won't be for a while, because it'll be like episode 18. And I'll start with like 1, and then maybe 2.
when that happens, you can always just find it on YouTube, because those will live forever on YouTube. So
Yes.
Please find us, please.
They will live forever. Oh no.
okay, so let's have we'll do some final thoughts, and we will start with our guest Ray.
Oh boy. Well, with regards to the stuff that we were talking about earlier, I would say that I think it's generally a good start. I'm hoping that, like has been in the past, that the devs will listen to the, all of us that were like working on the PTS and, really doing our due diligence, and trying to work things out. And hopefully, they will continue to listen, and that some of the changes we've mentioned will be heard. So,
awesome. And dude, final thoughts?
You just like wiped my brain clean with those final how to find us.
Well, that's what we do.
I mean, I'll kind of what Ray said earlier. Ooh, shiny big cat. I mean, that's about it. I'm excited for the big cat.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the Senshi Tiger mount.
Yeah, and I didn't know that was going to be coming, so
I didn't either.
That's pretty cool.
They apparently had said it on a special ESO live. I must have missed that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember on a previous episode of Dudes and Tamriel when we were looking at, I think it was the episode 4 in the PTS, we were looking at the mounts and stuff, and I was saying, oh, there's no Senshi Tiger mount, but turns out there is going to be one. So you heard it here first.
Well, some of those mounts have to. I think, I was looking at it in the PTS anyway. I'm like, there's only like a few. Come on, let's get some color in there.
Shout out to ESORP, who's in the Twitch chat, being more educated than us and being super helpful, by the way. So we need to.
Oh God, what are you saying?
Not more educated than Ray, but
I appreciate it. I never got around to pulling up the chat on my phone. It's been sitting there the whole time.
I had a couple times and nobody was doing anything. Oh darn it.
There's some good stuff. He says orcs don't deserve clothes. I like that one.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like orcs at all.
I know. Well,
nice.
There's a lot of people who don't like orcs, so I'm gonna make an orc, and it's gonna be a very, very. I don't know. I was gonna say attractive, but no, I'm not gonna.
Make it an ugly naked orc, and then just rub it in everybody's faces. Just run up to them, make them love
One of the things I really need to do, right? Yeah, exactly. Is that I have to be. I am the one who's going to be in the front. I'm going to be like charging through, and I got to make sure that everybody knows who I am, so they're following the right person.
Just make it as funky. Like on Dragon Age Inquisition, I made a Canary, and I made it like as. I moved all the sliders in like one side or the other to make it just it looked like Rocky Dennis from Mask.
It's hideous.
And then I gave it like hot pink lipstick and eyeshadow, and I gave it like a blonde ponytail and a blonde mustache, and it's really the creepiest thing. It's very disturbing looking.
Yeah.
We gotta post the screenshot of that.
Yeah, I will
It's
post
hilarious.
a screenshot of that. Okay, so my final thoughts. I love all the dancing in this episode. I think we should have more dancing in future episodes.
Yes.
I think the DLC should be for both the EU and American server. I don't think they're going to lose a lot of money if they do that, and I don't think I think they're just going to piss off maybe a small amount of people, but still, that would piss me off if I played on both. And Senshi Tiger. That is gonna the house. I'm
Big cat.
Yeah, I don't plan on doing anything in this game without having the Senshi Tiger mount and the house cat pet. And
you know what? That gets mentioned so much, but what about Sheogorth's costume? Come on.
Oh yeah, but
that's
that's
true.
separate from the pet and the mount. I can
That's
do the
a given.
Sheogorth costume too.
Yeah. I love it. And what's really cool is that I mean, if I looked at it, I looked at it just briefly, but it looks like it's very similar to the what's it called? Their staff. Oh my God, my brain hurts. The Wabbajack.
Oh,
it's got all those faces on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like the costume is like that. Like it has multiple faces.
It does. It's like a jester face, but it's got it's like a one on the left and one on the right. Like if you've ever seen that picture of the person that was born with two faces, that's kind of what it looks like.
So when can I get a Scream mask on my guy, huh?
Scream mask.
Hopefully that will not be coming.
I know. That would just totally ruin it.
I know everybody's gonna get all upset now. Oh my God, they said it was gonna be lore friendly.
Wait, Pulsate, you said there's gonna be a Scream mask? Aw!
The
Well,
next.
if there's a Scream mask, there's got to be a Pulsate shirt.
I was
so
just
that's
about
all
to
I'm
say
saying.
that. I was going to say that's the next costume is the Pulsade shirt.
God. And we're done.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.
Oh, sure.
We'd love to have you back
was
sometime
a lot
in
of
the
fun.
future. It was a lot of fun. And thank you, Twitch chat, for joining us. And I hope everybody has a great night.
Mm-hmm.
See you guys later.
Good night.
Bye. Turn off the video feed.